Hey, what's up? It's Mikhail Kush and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to break down a pop punk track that I recently made. It's called Go On, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so firstly I recorded this basic downbeat strum power chords, and then I added this Guitar Rig 5 preset and an auto pan just to give it like a stuttering effect. That's doubled up, so basically the same thing recorded twice just to give it a bit of stereo width. As you can see here, I've panned one to the left, one to the right. So those intro guitars, which actually then also fill up the choruses, sound like this. And then I've also just got, on that group, I've got this channel strip, which is basically just RC20, giving us some reverb, and then a filter that opens as we sort of progress towards the start of the track. Then, to add a little bit of color and melody to it, I recorded another guitar lead, and it sounds like this. And together with the stutter guitar, it sounds like this. Cool. So then there's one last final thing in the intro, and that's basically just these reverse guitar sweeps that help elevate into the next chord. So altogether, the intro sounds like this. So that's a little bit of the verse playing there, but I filled into the verse with this Travis Barker drum fill. Really simple. I got that sample of Splice, and I pretty much always use samples for fills. I sometimes chop up different samples to create something a bit more unique, or something that's more leaning towards the style that I'm working on. Anyway, so the first verse, or the verses actually, both of them, are basically just a really cool drum beat along with bass guitar to keep rhythm and, fill it up a little bit. So the drums, I used this 32 pad kit from Ableton Live. It's one of the built-in kits. You can find it over here. So yeah, and then I just programmed in all the different parts, and the guitar, the drum kit on its own sounds like this. And that basically just loops and repeats throughout the verses. Then that is coupled with this bass guitar, which has the THU amp plugin from Slate, and it's on the Punk Pick Bass preset. So yeah, that bass guitar sounds like this. A little bit sloppy, but together with the drums, it actually gives a pretty cool vibe. And then to add a second part to the verses, like a verse A and verse B, just to just to help it build up a little bit more, I recorded a lead, but I did it on the bass guitar. So it's got a very unique timbre, and yeah, this is what it sounds like. And all together. Cool. So the pre-choruses, I obviously wanted to change it up a little bit, break away from that verse, and introduce a new section. So what I essentially did was just recorded a couple strums of the same chords, still using power chords, and chopped them up so that they're very staccato. That's not really the right word, but that they sort of hit, silence, hit, silence. You'll see what I mean now. So the guitars sound like this. And the processing on that is just another Guitar Rig preset. This is the Barak Uda preset, and I've added this wider plugin. Well, it's not really a plugin, it's a preset, and it's basically just a delay with the one side set to 1 millisecond, other side set to 10 milliseconds. This is, a little bit more detail. This is something called the Haas effect, where you basically delay the signal slightly and it creates the perception of width. Now, that guitar is layered with the same kind of effects that I used in the intro, and it's just like a reverse guitar helping lead into the next section. So, all in all, the chorus sounds like this. The pre-chorus sounds like this. So the chorus I've kept very similar to the verse in terms of drums and bass, except I'm just filling it up with that guitar stutter from the beginning and another layer of bass. Well, slightly differently played bass. So the drums we've already gone through. And then at the end of every, how many bars is that? The end of every 8 bars, I've got that same drum fill coming in just to introduce the next section. Then the guitars. Okay, I've got the lead from the intro, this one, and this guitar stutter, along with the new bass, which sounds like this. So it's just like 16th notes. I'm trying to remember if I recorded that with a pick. I think I would have recorded with a pick. And then the guitars that I re-recorded for the verse, basically just me strumming. Did it twice, one left, one right, you know the story. And yeah, altogether this is what the chorus sounds like. And then to create a chorus B section, I recorded another guitar lead on top of the other guitars. So it's just a whole lot of guitars with some drums. This is what that guitar lead sounds like. A little bit messy, but altogether it lifts it up in the second part. This is what it sounds like. Okay, that's also a cool little thing I could probably go into, and that would be this. Cool. So what I did for this, if I remember correctly, was I just played a single note, played it really loud and let it ring out. I then reversed it, still have a guitar amp on it. It's this AT Solo. That's the amp I used for the main chorus lead. And then I just automated this AutoPan plugin on it so that as it approaches the end, it starts panning more and more and more, and it gives it sort of that tremolo effect. You can hear that in some of Billie Eilish's tracks. I know that Phineas uses it quite prominently there. I guess here's another piece that is also like a really cool trick, and you'll often hear this in like all kinds of rock. But just instead of adding a drum fill or any other kind of fill, you just do like a guitar slide. So you hit the strings with a pick and you slide down, and it gives you this kind of effect. And in the verse, this is what it does. So yeah, it just helps introduce a new section. Anyway, that's all for today, and I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any suggestions for videos that you would like me to upload in the future, or any questions about this production, please drop a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Hey, yo, Kush, you back at it.